A love to remember, they say. First love never dies. And sometimes, even if it doesn't last forever, it stays with you, etched deep in your heart. This is the story of my first love. Back in high school, when life was simple, days were long, and every emotion felt like the end of the world. It all started in junior year. I was just an ordinary student. Quiet, average in class, and invisible to most, except for her. Her name was Emily. The most cheerful, kind-hearted, and beautiful girl I had ever seen. And every time she smiled at me, it felt like fireworks inside. Most students had already left, and I stood there waiting under the roof of the hallway. Then out of nowhere, Emily appeared. She had this laugh that could brighten a room and eyes that seemed to hold galaxies. We'd sit under the acacia tree near the old gym. She'd bring snacks, and I'd bring stories. We didn't talk much. Just small things about the weather, the homework, favorite music, but my heart was racing. It was the first time I ever felt that close to her. She wasn't the most popular, but to me, she was everything. I just stared at the floor, afraid of what I might hear next. We sat 3 chairs apart in English class. I would pretend to borrow pens I didn't need just to have an excuse to talk to her. One rainy afternoon, I was stuck at school without an umbrella, though we didn't call it that. It was just us, our little secret. Our shared glances across the room. Our notes passed during class. We were each other's escape. She held out her umbrella and said, "Come on, let's share." She drew my face on a napkin and said, "I'll keep this forever." Still have that drawing to this day. That walk under the rain felt like a dream. It's time there were no snacks. What if we don't make it? It's just silence and the weight of goodbye. After that day, we started talking more. Lunchtime became our time. She didn't tell me right away. One day I finally asked what was wrong. She handed me a letter. Her flight was in 2 weeks. She loved old songs, poetry, and sketching. I loved how she made everything feel so alive. And for once in my life, I didn't feel invisible anymore. Weeks passed, then months. One afternoon, while we were working on a group project in the library, I finally gathered the courage to ask her, "Do you ever think about someone in a more than friends kind of way?" She looked at me and smiled softly. "I got a message that shattered me. Sometimes," she said, "we're in different worlds now." Why? But deep down I understood. I didn't answer. But then she took my hand. "I think about you," she whispered. The acacia tree was still there. Sat under it, closed my eyes and remembered everything. Her laugh, her drawings, her hand in mine. College began. Life moved on. But not a day passed when I didn't think of her. It was official. We became a couple. We had our first real date at the town fair. I bought her cotton candy. But high school love isn't always sunshine. During our senior year, her parents decided to move abroad. It was sudden. I noticed she was distant. Her smiles faded. We sat by the acacia tree again. "I'm scared," she said. "I don't know," I replied. "But I'll wait," and I did. We messaged every day. Late-night video calls. Promises of forever. But as the months passed, the messages slowed down. The calls became less frequent, till one day I think it's time we let go. I didn't reply. I couldn't. It hurt more than anything. High school ended. Years later, I visited our old school. And even if it didn't last, it was real. My first love, my high school love, a love to remember.